Aloha, beautiful pod, beautiful cosmic quantum creators of creation. How's it going? Big transformational energies right now. Big, big, big. And so tonight I'm sharing an online transmission, and it's called Launching the Pearl. And this transmission is about assisting us to get into a state where we open up and unlock certain parts of our DNA. And I always say in the transmission, it's what comes in the space between the words that brings through a divine energetic to assist us to go quantum, so we don't have to keep making our way up a spiral staircase out. We can take a quantum leap. So in the transmissions that I share, the part that goes in and opens up our DNA, it's like the transmission holds a frequency of gamma. And once we go into a gamma state, we begin to have very transcendental kinds of experiences. And that's what comes through the transmission every time we share. So tonight's transmission is going to go into the fourth gene. And the fourth gene, or the fourth hexagram of the I Ching, is about forgiveness. And so it's not forgiveness from the mind, it's forgiveness as in experiencing a quantum state of being that is transcendent of the memorized patterns we have electromagnetically from our experiences in duality. Excuse me. So once we unlock those components of our DNA, it's like learning a handhold in a climbing wall, or the first time you learn to ride the bike or stand up on a surfboard or whatever. Once you get it, you know the feeling. Does that mean you're going to be standing on the surfboard all the time? Well, maybe it does, and also maybe it requires more practice. The transmission tonight is going to go inside of that place in the fourth gene that unlocks its acidic power to transmute all karmic DNA. So what Richard Rudd says in the Gene Keys is that when we truly forgive, not from the mind, forgiveness is not from the mind, it's not from those kind of relationship dynamics that we think forgiveness is from. Forgiveness comes from opening that part of the hexagram up and flooding the field, flooding our conscious awareness with the energy that comes through opening that door up. It's like getting a peek in to a new perspective, a peek into a new place. And when we do, it begins to unravel any karmic imprints in our DNA. Now, the journey that we've been on is to clear the DNA of the 7 generations and beyond. And so what happens with the fourth city when it's activated is it clears all the ancestral bloodlines all the way back to source, which means we are clearing seen and unseen imprints of our physical bodies and of our ancestral lineages as well. And so when that happens, it begins to relax the entire physical body, and the higher subtle bodies can come in and begin to activate all of our cells. And this is part of our diamond light body expansion and expression and everything that is going on right now. So one of the things about all of these high frequency energies coming into our physical bodies is that It's kind of like if you have an irrigation system and you have more water than the system can handle coming in, the system will explode. And so a lot of people right now might feel kind of like they are exploding with all of this energy coming in. And so the purpose of sharing the transmissions is to give conscious awareness to assist us to understand on the level of our human what is happening inside of our cells, what is happening inside of our body. Our cells are batteries and they hold charge. And so if we haven't done a lot of work to prepare our physical bodies, our mental, emotional states, and so on, we may feel very chaotic inside, just like an irrigation system that is being flooded with more water than it is designed to handle. And so the transmission tonight will help us come into a very relaxed state, to relax the physical body, because as we do, that's what allows the forgiveness to happen. And forgiveness means the release of the electromagnetic charges of duality, of the dualistic memories that have been floating around inside of our collective DNA, that we have come to clear so that we can all take a quantum leap in this miracle in time. Okay, even though we like to say, even though planets aren't real and don't exist, on some level, the planetary influences are real and they do exist. And so we're in a 3-day window right now. We had a new moon yesterday, miracle, and we are in a 3-day window right now where the alignments are such that anything that we launch at this time is exponentiated in its power, which is why we're being guided to share this transmission this miracle night. So that's a little bit just, yeah, when the physical body relaxes, all of the higher subtle bodies that are already all around us and within us can begin to activate the deeper components within us. Just like the dragonfly comes from a little tiny larva called a nymph, the dragonfly actually already has its wings wrapped up inside of its chest while it's swimming around in the bottom of the water, and it's a nymph. So once it climbs the stalk and the sun hits its chest, any kind of stalk in the water, and it comes out from to the top of the surface of the water and the sun hits its chest, that begins to activate the thorax, the chest, to open up, and those holographic wings that are already inside the chest to begin to open up. So just like our sun is casting tremendous energy towards our planet right now, as within, so without. And so this energy is coming in to help to open up the chest cavity, our heart, which is where all the mechanisms of our interdimensional, multidimensional light body capacities exist, is the opening up of the chest cavity, just like the thorax or the chest of the nymph larva holds those beautiful holographic wings inside. So do we. And tonight's online transmission is to assist those of we who are inspired to come with us on this incredible journey. These transmissions are always so powerful and profound, and I'm always curious also what is going to come through, because they always are absolutely quantum for myself and all those who participate. So if you're inspired, if this love stream is inspiring, please share it. That's called gifting. And if you're inspired to join tonight, just click the link in the description box, and that will give you the details for joining. And if you do sign up, be sure to send the email as per the instructions as well, so you can get tonight's link to join us. We love we so much. Yay, fam. We're doing so good. Aloha.